Hey guys, welcome to LeetCode 138, copy list with a random pointer. In this challenge, we essentially need to create a linked list which copies the previous list. However, we need to maintain the original random pointers, right? And so let's say we are given a node or a list of 1, 2, and 3, right? In which our random pointers will point randomly and so on and so forth. What we're going to do is create a copy. Don't know why I keep trying to type 2. So we're going to have a copy of each, in which once we've created this copy, the way that our nodes will work is that the random will remain the same, but we've just created a copy of it, right? Through essentially inserting our nodes after our copied nodes after the original version, right? So if we're copying 1, we'd be placing 1, and then our random will stay the same, that kind of idea. So in terms of code, I think this will be easy to understand in terms of code, but we'll see how we get on with that. So to begin with, we're going to start with just handling any empty lists, right? So our edge case of which will state that if head equals null, then we will return null, just because they haven't stated anything that states that there will definitely be no empty lists. So the first the actual first step is then we're going to clone our nodes and essentially clone them one after the other, right? So our first node is going to go, our first original will be followed by our first clone, and then our second original will be followed by our second clone. So to begin, let's declare a node which we'll call node current equals head. We're then going to use a while loop which will state while current does not equal null, then we now want node copy to equal new node. So we're declaring a new node. So this is our copy node, right? And this will be current dot not next dot val. Great. Now we set our copy dot next to equal our current dot next, right? So this is the assignment of our cloning essentially, right? And then we move the pointer, so current dot next to equal copy and current, this is moving the pointer, and then current copy dot next, right? This might not make a lot of sense if you don't understand how nodes work, so I would definitely try revisit some kind of literature on nodes. But once you understand how nodes work, this should be pretty easy to understand. I know myself, I found it a bit difficult in the beginning, but you know, your mileage may vary. Anyway, now we want step 2, which we're going to copy our random pointers. So in this case, we're going to do current equals head, right? And we're going to state in our while loop, so we're going to use a while loop, which will state current, while current does not equal null, we want to run our code, which will state if current dot random does not equal null, then current dot next dot random will equal current dot random dot next. Okay. This is our assignment. So this is where we are assigning our copied nodes let's say, our cloned node's random pointer, right? So our original node, we're taking its random and assigning it to our new copied node, right? And then we just want to push our pointer along by, oops, that should have a dot. Current equals current dot next dot next. So we move it along 2 steps. Cool. Now we want to separate our original and copied lists, because essentially we place them immediately after the original list, the original node, right? Because we wanted to maintain our random pointer, right? So now we need to separate them. So again, we're going to set current to equal head, and we're going to do node. So now we're going to declare a new node. So we'll call this new head to equal head dot next. And we're going to do our copy current to equal new head. Right, so now we've declared our new nodes or node. So this is where we'll separate them now. Okay, so we're going to state we're going to use a while loop, which will state while current is not equal null. We're going to have current dot next equal current dot next next. And then we will use an if statement. In our if statement, we're going to say if copy current dot next does not equal null, then copy dot next will equal copy current dot next next. So we want not the first node, the one after that, right? And therefore, so we're going to be moving in steps of 2, which will be ignoring the original node, right? Cool. Now we want our current to equal current dot next, copy current to equal copy current dot next, and after that we're just going to return our new head. Cool. So hopefully everything should be bueno. And there we go. Good runtime, decent memory, and hopefully an understandable solution. I think if this was pretty difficult to understand, you should probably have a look at literature on nodes, mainly because I know the code can be a bit confusing, and then it's like, you know, you're setting copy.next to equal current.next, but then you've also then said current.next to equal copy, and then you've said current to equal copy.next. But think of it like a triangle and the way that things move. Maybe that will help. Anyway, yeah, I would suggest looking over node literature to really understand this, because it isn't as simple as it looks. Anyway, hopefully that helps. If it didn't, please let me know in the comments. And well, otherwise, please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.